Six Kingdoms, Marcus Smith, chief grinder of Marcus Smith, but Ellis Gench Ellis Genge, provider of the best mothers in the UK. There are curators here in Rome who would relish the opportunity to feature in their galleries the sumptuous left-hand mispass that Ellis Genge threw to Jamie George at the end of the first half. The ball sailed 15 metres into the lap of England's hooker, who charged through two defenders and finished a wonderful team try. This was more like it from England, who dazzled in flashes and delivered an encouraging response to last weekend's defeat by Scotland. England had lacked a cutting edge at BT Mayfield, and their inability to translate pressure into points cost them dearly at the end as Scotland snatched a 20-17 victory to retain the Calcutta Cup. Eddie Jones, the head coach, called on his men to react by lighting up Rome with the accuracy and ruthlessness of their attack. Although not a complete performance, with a number of opportunities squandered by careless knock-ons, this was England flicking the switch. They scored 5 tries in all and kept Italy off the scoreboard for the first time in this fixture, despite a spirited second-half performance from the Azzurri. England now move up to second in the Six Nations table, and their game against Wales, at Twickenham a week on Saturday, will be pivotal to the title hopes of both teams. The two-week wait will feel interminable. This championship is living up to all its billing. Genge will dine out on that pass to George, and rightly so, for it was a work of art for a loose head prop, but Marcus Smith, the swashbuckling England fly half, was the man who cut Italy apart, his guile, cunning and creativity too much for outwitted opponent. Smith benefited from the platform set by England's more impactful carriers, with Genge leading that charge, while the pace and service from Harry Randall added an extra dimension to the attack. The half-backs dovetailed very nicely, as did Smith with Max Malins, a combination that was key to 3 of England's tries. This is not to get carried away. There were times when England's attack still looked a bit frantic, a bit forced and lacking in some cohesion. When things clicked, though, they played with a pace and an accuracy that was too sharp for Italy, showcased perfectly by the opening try as Smith and Malins picked a route through 4 defenders. Moments after Jack Nowell had threatened down the left, Smith attacked there again. His running threat narrowed the defense, luring Federico Mori to edge and off his wing. Malins drifted onto Smith's pass and attacked the yard of space down the touchline, drawing the full back and then flicking the ball back inside for Smith to score his second try of the championship. Nowell was in typically tenacious mood on his return to the team for the first time since 2019, scrapping for balls on the floor and looking sharp in possession, but his game lasted just 13 minutes before he was forced off after a collision with Marco Zanin, Italy's inside centre. The situation was not handled well by the officials. Damon Murphy, the referee, was anxious to restart the game and did not wait for a decision from the independent match doctor as to whether Nowell required a head injury assessment. Nowell played on for about 90 seconds, but was removed at the next stoppage and then failed the HAA. Questions will be asked of Murphy. England's maul, the best feature of their performance against Scotland, was functioning effectively again on both sides of the ball. England's decision to move Mauro Itoje to the back row paid dividends as he, Alex Dombrandt and Genge ate up huge chunks of turf at the Stadio Olimpico. Itoje's long, powerful strides helped lay the foundations for England's second try. Tom Curry won a penalty on halfway by pouncing on Mori, who had launched himself to catch a high ball but come down on his back under pressure from Malin. Henry Slade curled one of his raking left-foot touch-finders deep into Italy's 22, and Freddie Steward surged forward from the line-out. Itoje strode close to the line, so too Nick Isiekwe and George burrowed his way over for the first England points of the Six Nations not scored by Smith. Itoje had a potential try chalked off before England struck from deep. Smith sent Dombrandt careering forwards, then fed Malins, who slipped his man, and England once again found space down the left where there appeared to be none. Smith slipped the ball to Steward, who angled his run back infield. Smith fed Genge, who lofted pass out to George, who charged over from 20 yards out for a converted try that put England 21-0 up at the interval. England sent on Kyle Sinclair at halftime and they got off to a flyer, winning 2 quick scrum penalties before Smith's bullet pass across the face of 2 Italy defenders sent Elliot Daly over for the bonus point try. At that stage it looked as if England would cut loose, but Italy battled with heart and dominated the next 20 minutes. England's intensity seemed to drop and they began to concede penalties as they struggled to escape their own 22, but they refused to yield. Genge made 12 tackles in the game, Dombrandt 10. Sebastian Negri appeared to knock himself out, and there was enough concern about his condition that Genge stopped play to call the medics onto the field and rolled the Italy flanker onto his side. Negri departed on a stretcher. The second half brought 2 landmark moments. Ben Youngs came on for Randall to win his 114th England cap, equaling Jason Leonard's men's record, and Ollie Chessum made his debut. The Leicester Tigers flanker made a quick impact, pouncing to regather a high kick from Smith as England brought the energy back late on. Smith hovered beautifully on the ball, playing the matador to tempt the defender out of the line and then whipping a flat pass to Malins, who raced through the gap and Sinclair barreled over for the 5th try. Smith almost created a 6th in the closing moments, but Slade could not ground the ball in the corner. Jones kept Smith on the field for the full 80 minutes this week, having removed him early at midfield. This time it was centre Joe Marchant who made way as England finished the game with both Smith and George Ford playing together. Two wonderful playmakers who, for once, will have to concede that a loose head prop through the pass of the day. Italy: E. Padovani, F. Mori, N. Brex, M. Zanin, M. Ione, P. Garbisi, S. Varney, D. Fischetti, G. Lucchesi, P. Seccarelli, N. Canoni, F. Ruzza, B. Stein, M. Lamro, T. Halafihai.